Hello and welcome back, artists and designers. I wanted to take a moment in this video and talk about two different options that you have in terms of kind of finishing up with your robot after you get all of your simple shapes and different elements made. Before we start coloring this, or when we start coloring this, you want to consider the fact that you can either use Shape Builder to slice and chop everything up, or you can use your Arrange feature to move and push stuff forward and backward in space with fill. So let's talk a little bit about the difference between those options real quick here. So let's go ahead and take our helmet pieces over here and let's just fill, actually let's go ahead and fill these in with colors real quick so that we can see. And I'm just going to pick random colors for right now for a couple of these things. Let's go ahead and make this like a yellow fill right here. And you can see I already lost my visor part for my eyes because this piece is in front. So this is exactly now what we can see we might have to do. So I might have to take this piece, select that, go over to my properties panel, hit arrange, send to back. I can move that there, and then I want this behind that part, so I can go ahead and hit arrange, send to back. Oops, not send to back, and I can move that behind there. So, you know, you have different options that you can use in that way. And I can go ahead and maybe make that gray right there. I could make the eyes a different color. This allows you, when you work in this method, this allows everything to stay whole. So if I were to, for example, move this, the whole helmet is still there. So all the shapes maintain their original look to them. You're just hiding them forward and backward in space. If I look at my layers panel, which I wouldn't recommend that you really get in here, you can see all those different parts, and you can kind of see that you're pushing and pulling when you arrange things. You're moving stuff in your layers panel in that way. So that is one option for you to do. The other option is to actually divide these parts up with the Shape Builder. So let's go ahead and select this. Let's duplicate it for a second and let's move it over here. So if, for example, instead of doing the arranging option, I want to use my Shape Builder, that's a valid point. So with Shape Builder selected, just be careful because you will use it like a paint bucket. It's selected gray right now. So if I take this and go like this, it's going to kind of fill that area in. I can click on this piece right here. I can click on those eyes. And all of those pieces now are separate shapes. So if I move that, I've punched those all out and made them separate pieces, which is totally fine. You just have to be careful if you do it that way and you decide that you want to move something or adjust something. It might not line up properly because you've kind of made them all into puzzle pieces where they have to fit exactly where they once were. So that is something to consider as you're working your way through your project, is whether you want to leave your shapes fully formed and arrange them in space by using that arrange, push, and pull. I'll demo that one more time. I'd probably recommend doing it that way, but it's really kind of your call. If I make this, for example, orange and fill that in, I can see, well, it's covering some parts that I wanted to see. So maybe I need to arrange, send to back, and now I can see that shape again. And I take this and maybe that's going to be a color here. Let's make that one yellow, for example, and that seems to be in the right spot. And then if I fill this in also with a yellow, here we go, and then I've got to push that to the background. So arrange, send to back, but then I want it in front of this, so maybe I got to send this to the back. So it will take some experimentation to be able to do that. Sometimes you have to right click and arrange, send to back. This gives you a little bit more flexibility, I think, than using Shape Builder for everything. Two options. Arranging things and moving your layers around, or using your Shape Builder to actually slice those parts up as you see fit. Okay, good luck. I'll see you in the next video and we'll talk about colorizing this.